Olivia.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How about you today?
I'm doing well. We have a big event tomorrow, so I've just been prepping for it today. So pretty excited, looking forward to the weekend.
Nice. What's your event?
We're having our staff strategic meeting for case tomorrow, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, then you definitely want to make sure you've got everything ready to go.
Yeah, I'm just doing those last minute double checking everything. Never know what I might not have thought of or anything like that. So, hi Mike, how are you doing?
Doing fine, guys. How's it going?
You
It's
sound
going well.
exhausted.
Say again.
Said you sound exhausted.
I'm pretty at my limit. I'll give you that. Yeah, I'm at my limit. It's been pretty
Like I've
crazy.
heard you tired, but I don't think I've ever heard you that tired before.
It's not sustainable. Either I'm gonna make it or I'm gonna quit. We'll pick one or the other. So we're gonna do our best, but it's just too much. Way too much. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to coming to this meeting. We appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey, Mike, I can ask you before other people get here. We had a question about locking rings for the kits. They're not sold. Yeah,
Locking rings for the towers. Okay.
yeah. So that base part that goes into the blue hub.
Yeah, sure.
Vernier doesn't sell them individually, but I wasn't sure if you might know of like somebody that may have 3D printed one in the past, or
How many do you need? A bunch, or how many you need?
I have a teacher out of Virginia asking if they're trying to get a hold of two.
Hmm. Copy me. I don't know. I might have two sitting in a bin. I have lots of like straggler parts sitting around, and when Vernier changed the color of things, they sent me all the old stuff.
Gotcha.
So it might be a different color, but it will work fine.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Send me a note, and I'll take a look.
So I'm just gonna give it a couple more minutes to see if some more people roll in. I'm definitely waiting on our Smart Flower representative to roll in and give his confirmation that he'll be doing a presentation.
I'm gonna be here till 12:30. Then I have to jump to my next thing.
That is perfectly fine.
Let's see, what am I doing here?
All right. I just forwarded you what I had on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll start trying. If I don't, I'll just contact. Sometimes Fran at Vernier can help me out. She'll do some things. She'll
Yeah,
help.
that was gonna be my next step. If
Fran is your go-to for like weird stuff like that. Yvonne, she sometimes can scare up a few, and she'll sometimes just send them out being nice. If not, they can always charge my account. Sometimes it's fine.
Yeah, surprisingly, that was not the one piece I have yet to find like a 3D version print
I
file.
don't think I'm not sure there is a 3D version. The issue becomes it has to bend and click a little bit. So I wonder if you print it, if it's not too brittle to do
Oh,
that
that's
kind
true. It
of
is an extruded piece.
stuff. I have seen creative teachers just use a lot of duct tape and get it close and stuff it in. Not optimal, but like I have seen it in the
I
past.
was getting ready to get out like furniture shims and see what those.
Right, exactly. I've just like seen teachers just wrap duct tape until it gets close and it's like, and they bang it in.
Hi, Kara. Nice to see you.
Hello, new face
How's
here.
it? So, hey,
Hi.
I'm flying in to Denver and I hear, is it like stormy? We talking bad? What are we talking
Yes.
here? Is it bad? Like, am I gonna get
Um,
delayed? I think my travel luck has just ended because I was looking at the weather. I'm like, oh man, looks nasty. Like, what's going on?
yeah, so I heard we do have snow. It's actually snowing a little bit right now. I think we got like 3 or 4 inches the other day,
Okay.
depending on where you were. And then tomorrow is supposed to be pretty heavy, like all day long. So I
Oh,
don't know what that's going to do to DIA.
great. Yeah, super awesome. Glad we're getting this
Best
figured
of
out.
luck.
I'm sure the STEM day will be great on Saturday if it's like a snowstorm or something. I don't know. That'll be great.
I know. We'll see. I mean, yeah, luckily they have people that'll come in with snowplows and whatnot, but getting to the NWTC is not easy. And they actually don't plow that whole road, which is where we
No,
are.
I know what you're talking about. That site is like the poor stepchild to actual NREL, and it like they don't really
Yes.
do a whole lot out there.
Yeah. We're forgotten, that's for sure.
Is that where your office is? Are you out in the Flatirons
Yes.
campus? You are, okay.
Yep. Yep. I don't get the fancy cafeteria that
I
Golden
mean,
does or the coffee
the
shop.
Golden campus, that new Cadillac facility out, or that newish Cadillac facility out in Golden is something else. You guys are like in trailers out there in the Flatirons, like
I am now. I was in the building, but then I moved to the trailer.
got
We have a new
kicked
we have
the
a new
trailer.
O&M building out here though, so it's really fancy. That's the new thing. The new shiny building.
Excellent.
Okay, well, in the interest of time, I know we don't have a big turnout, but this is typically a hard time of year, buckling down before fall break for a lot of the universities. So in the interest of time, I will go ahead and get started with the REpowering Schools updates. So I know this is probably not the audience for this, but we do have our seed funding applications open for the spring. Our deadline is December 6th, 2024. We are doing our typical NREL WIN seed funding, but a really cool expansion that we're moving towards is working with AES to fund solar projects. So solar seed funding is now an option. We are accepting applications in all states, but we are trying to prioritize projects in Arizona, Colorado, California, Virginia, and Mississippi. So if you're interested,
These are just for college, similar to the WIN grants that you guys have been giving out. Am I right to think that?
yes, similar to the wind grants, but just with a solar specification instead of wind.
Will there be an announcement on that to share around at some point? Do you have one?
Yes, I don't have one currently, but we will work on drafting one to really promote it closer towards this deadline. I think that's a great idea, and I don't think we very recently came to this agreement with AES, so it's still new to us, so we really need to work on our social media promotion of it, yes.
Yeah, please do share whatever you get, because I've got probably a lot of folks that I could share that with.
Sure, I will definitely follow up with that because I think that's very important. But for now, all of the seed funding information is still up on our website, so you can check that out if you're interested. And moving on, unless anyone has any questions about that. Any other questions, shall I say? Awesome. We have our student network series, similar to this, but primarily for students, so college students. So if you know any college students interested in connecting with other students in their field and learning about industry developments, I would highly encourage them to check out our student network. They are monthly, similar to these calls. They happen every second Wednesday from 2:30 to 3:30 Eastern time. And we've had some pretty cool presentations so far. We're having someone come in and talk about interregional grid connections this next week. So I'm looking forward to that presentation. That'll be interesting. And finally, we have the DWIA symposium applications are still open. Our deadline for that is mid-January. So if you or any students are really interested in going to that, we have a student symposium section. So we'll have a panel there where the students can present their research and field questions. And it's a really cool opportunity for both students and industry to connect. So if you're interested in that, please check out this form and let us know your interest so that we can plan accordingly. But that's pretty much all of our updates on the Repowering Schools side. Does anyone have any questions before I pass the mic over? Awesome. Mike or Yvonne, do you guys want to give any updates on Kidwind?
I can do a little bit. We're basically launching everything this next week. Art Challenge goes live. The simulation challenge opens, tons of webinars on how to be in the art challenge, or the online new solar challenge rules have been released, and webinars related to that too. Spark sessions and taker times. I mean, you can pretty much just watch the Kidwin channel all day long if you wanted to do that. So there's just probably too many things on there to like sort of pick and go to. So, you know, feel free to get in there. We will announce the Recharge Academy dates and times probably in the next 2 weeks, and have the applications opening up probably, I would say December 1st, that'll all open up. So yeah, actually Megan is frustrated, but we're way ahead of the curve. So I would say like everything will be live December 1st on all these fronts. So it's pretty good.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that update, Mike. Kara, would you like to say anything on NREL updates, NREL side, if you were interested in doing that?
No, I think I can first introduce myself because I think there's a couple or a few people that maybe don't know me. They might have seen Ruth. I'm not sure. Ruth Baranowski, who she works for NREL. She handed off a couple subcontracts to me, and so I'm taking her place. And so one of them I work with Kidwind, and then of course Repowering Schools, Remy, and Need as well. So Becky Lamb. I don't know if Becky's comes to these. I'm not sure.
She does, but yeah, she's not here today.
Okay. And I was interested basically just to start coming to these, as I was used to be a teacher prior to coming to NREL. So just been here for a year and a half, and I just want to keep abreast of what y'all are doing and see if there's any, you know, new places that I can help, or any of the information that I can use, even just on some of the research and what we're doing over on our side at NREL. So that's kind of why I'm here, I suppose, if that makes sense. So I don't know that I have any updates, but if I should be updating you on something, let me know. But good to meet y'all, and thank you for letting me be here. So.
Yeah, Car's great to you guys. She used to be a teacher, and then she used to work in industry. I've been working with her on some grants through NREL. She has a good for an NREL person who's had an education, and that's rare. So she's like kind of knows the space. So it's great to have your experience, and then you're in the building at NREL, because sometimes they do things over there. I'm like, you know, kids at all? Do you ever teach in a classroom? Like, you know, think about that.
Right. Yeah. Happy to bring that. I was so happy to get these subcontracts. So yeah.
We are very happy to have you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction.
Thanks.
So that's essentially the gist of the info on this call. Ed, would you like to give any updates on how things are going in Arizona?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Running between a lab and a welding shop. So yeah, we're moving ahead pretty well. We have a workshop set up with teachers in Sierra Vista this weekend, mostly middle school teachers, and that'll be a Kidwind Challenge workshop. We'll take our wind tunnel up. Next week, I'll work with high school agriculture teachers up in northern Arizona. They have their regional FFA career development event, and our event this year with our team activity is building and testing the PVC wind turbines. So we'll be testing those for them next Friday. And then the following week, we go to Mesa Community College. We do the same thing again for another region. So like I said, we have about 5 regions that we'll be doing this for. The first 2 are the next 2 weeks.
Awesome. That sounds like you're doing some great work over there.
We're staying busy.
Yvonne has created a monster in Ed, and Ed just runs around the state now doing Kidwin, but through all of Yvonne's training of Ed, and Ed is now the Southern Arizona Kidwin training monster, just driving all over doing Kidwin. It's amazing.
We're going to push it into the ag education sector here. So we're happy to do it.
Yeah, I think you're doing great, Ed. Thank you very much. Anytime you need anything, just let me know. As long as I'm home, I'll help you out.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. We're going to have a presentation by Smartflower, but I think maybe we might have had some time zone challenges, but I'll follow up and hopefully we'll get a presentation by them soon. Thank you guys again for coming out. And if no one else has anything they'd like to share, I think I'll go ahead and call this meeting for today.
Yeah,
Thank you, Olivia.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Smartflower. I had a lot of questions about that Smartflower. It looks cool, but I got questions. I got a lot of questions.
I've been watching them for the last 5 years, and I just want one.
Yeah,
This yard behind me,
want
it needs one.
But they come to us and talk about putting them on schools, and I'm like, okay, there seems to be a lot of things that move on that. How long does it last? You know,
if they want to work with my dad, we literally live right across from the football field attached to the school.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
be on display to a school.
I'm cool with putting a big, solar powered sunflower at schools. I just want to know. I want some data. There's things like tested. Like I need some more data. Is what I'm saying. Kind of like the smaller guy used to come with me and be like, "Hey, Mike, can you boost our turbine to put on the roofs of schools?" I'm like, "Kidwin doesn't do that at all. Like, nice try." And I'll say things like, "Do you have small wind certification?" They're like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "We're gonna end this call right now, and you're gonna go figure out what small wind certification is, and then we're gonna talk." Cool. Thank you, Olivia.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your month, and I will see you guys in December.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Great.
Thank you.